and YouTube fam. We are going to be cleaning some pay dirt today on our channel. Normally I would do this on live stream, but as a special treat we're going to clean it up for a YouTube video so you can see from start to finish without having to watch the whole live stream. Anyway guys, enjoy the show. So we've got our bucket of cons from the other day. We've got a flour sieve, got a secondary pan, something to put the cons in. Moving over to the cleaning station, we have the cleanup buddy from prospectorsdream.com, a little tailings pond and just a rock to keep it down. Once it's clean there, we clean it up in our branded Yosemite's pan and suck him up with a snuffer bottle. Once he's in the snuffer bottle, we put him into the milling table. The milling table is homemade with a little fish pond pump with a little water reservoir at the bottom, and she just goes off, tears off, and once she's clean we sweep it off into this little hole. Okay, so enough of me talking, let's get to work. Okay, so we're going to start by breaking the dirt down. So in order for it to go through the cleanup buddy, it needs to be below a certain caliber. Because we tend to bring home a lot of rocks with us too, much larger rocks. I'm just going to get rid of some of this. Excess water, and then I'm tipping into the flour sieve. So from there, we just take the separating dirt and we just put them into our cons bucket, trying not to make a mess. I know what you're thinking, but what if there is a larger piece that doesn't fit through that? Well, that's why we keep this separate. And as you can see right there, there is some gold sitting on the top. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna give this a good shake, separate them. They're gonna sink to the bottom. We're just gonna stick them in with the pay dirt. All right guys, so let's get to that. So we have a questionable body of water. Gold being 19 times denser than water. The gold is going to sink to the bottom of the pan. Now, for showman value, I normally stick this straight back into the pay dirt where it can be pulled out. But because this is just a YouTube video, I'm not going to do that. Those are our beautiful nuggets and oversized pieces of gold. Just look at that. Just look. Beautiful gold. So we're going to take this gold and we're going to suck him up with the snuffer bottle. Check that there's no more left in there. No more, but there is a bit of lead shot right here. As you can see here, we've got ourselves a little bit of lead shot, and I like to stick that into the little lead shot vial that I keep in case lead ever goes up in value. I of course am kidding. I know lead's never going to go up above a certain quality, but it makes for a really good teaching tool for when you're teaching somebody. All I do is I chuck a bit of lead in the pan, and if you still have the lead at the end of the panning, well, then you know you're panning correctly. Like I said, it makes it for a great panning tool. Now I'll give you a bit of a tutorial on how the Cleanup Buddy from Prospector's Dream works. So the Cleanup Buddy uses a vortex mat or a dream mat. As you can see, these individual cells, they're just a smaller version of the larger one that you would use on the creek. Now, the pump that it came with wasn't the best, and in fact it wasn't calibrated for Australian systems, so I ended up sticking a fish pump in it once I burnt it out. But as you can see, just a little fish pump works just fine, and you can see those cells working nice and lovely there. So let's get some dirt down it and show you how it works. So as you can see, we've got our cells in the right way. That's very important, otherwise it works more like a drop riffle mat instead of a dream mat. So all you do is you let the water take the scoop of dirt and just do one little tiny spoon at a time. Let the machine do all the work. As you can see, the cells are agitating and just cleaning out everything that isn't heavy. Now there isn't a lot of fine gold in this because what I was working tends to be very nugget or nothing, but you can see a small piece of gold right there. Another piece right there. Alright, so we're going to get him into the cleanup pan, the branded Yosemite's pan from Prince Penny. Shout out to Livo for buying me, and yeah, we're going to see what we got and then put him on the milling table. So we've got our mat and we've got our pan. All we do is slide the mat out. Nice and carefully. Now a lot of these steps are completely unnecessary, but I like to do them because they promote my live stream, make it go a bit longer, get more time in the shed. But a lot of the time you can just straight up pan it out, especially small cleanups. Okay, turn him back. Oh, we got some gold there. I wasn't expecting much fine stuff. That was a lot more than I thought I was going to get though. You don't want to see it like that, but of course you can just pan it out and do it like this. But we are going to use the milling table. Like I said, just snuff him up. Everything. Suck everything up. It's all heavy enough to go through the milling table. all in the pan, all in the bottle. So moving over to the milling table now, I did not design this milling table, but I did build it. Now, I used a tutorial from Bogus Prospecting. Yes, of course, shout out to Bogus Prospecting for showing me how to build this. But yeah, I built this. This is a DIY project. It's very easy to do, very simple to do, and they have turned around and upped my game with my lives. I wouldn't be where I am today without my milling table and my cleanup buddy. So yeah, you get a good look at behind the scenes on my lives, my messy ass workstation. So we got ourselves a water reservoir with just a general fish pump in there, really. Distribution chamber, that is the key. Like I said, this is all homemade. This little hole here holds one of these little vials. We'll get to screwing that on in a minute. It creates a nice thin sheet of even water, and it eventually flows back over. So we are going to screw this little vial into the bottom. Just screws in the bottom. There's a little hole down the bottom here. There we go. Now it isn't completely necessary, but it does help to have it level. The thin sheet of water just works better. You manipulate it with a paintbrush. All our gold is in this snuffer bottle, so we just give it a good shake, tip it all the way down to the bottom. And it helps to have a pretty full of water, that way everything sinks down to the bottom. So all you do is give it a good flip, big shake, and all the gold and dirt falls down into the table, onto the table. Give it a good shake. The flatter you have it, the easier it is to manipulate, and the less runoff you have. We start by bringing everything all the way up to the top. And then just sort of spread it out a little bit. You can see some gold already starting to peek through. And the overburden already trying to start working its way down. And we're just gonna assist it just a little bit, just by a little tilt at the back. There's our gold already mostly separated. Now the smaller the gold you have, the more migration you'll have, but the larger the gold, it tends to stay in one place. Migration being a little piece of gold that has wandered down that far. Just going to bring it up. You can't see it on the camera, but there is a bit of a lip right here. I just put extra glue when I glued the mat on there, just to practically have just a little barrier, so it takes a little bit more work for the gold to get over there. And give it another tilt. Good thing about this is it allows me to get all the little pieces of lead too. Probably can't see that too well, but that is tiny. That piece of lead right there is very tiny. Oh, that beautiful gold. Yeah, and once she's clean, we just sweep him off into the hole, which it gets caught by the vial that's directly beneath it. Yeah, so that's how we go from our concentrates all the way down to nice, clean gold. I mean, just look at that. That is gorgeous. Nice, chunky gold. Anyway, that's how we go from our concentrates to nice, clean, chunky gold. Hope you enjoyed watching, guys. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button, and gotta get that glitter.
Like and subscribe. Hash gotta get that glitter.